Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Woo! Debs Cooper, global stressologist. Thank you on this fine and dandy day. Well, hey, whoo! Here we go. We're going to go live on how to remain confident even when you're not seeing results. Even when you're not seeing the results. So thank you for joining me. If you're here live, thank you so much. If you're here on a replay, drop it in the chat, hashtag replay. That gives me a little bit of an idea about timing. Thank you for joining me. Woo! As I said, Debs Cooper, global stressologist. This is a common theme. What I'm going to talk about today. Now, I can give you all the pain points. I can totally give you all the pain points of what happens when you aren't confident and you're not seeing the results and you fall off the bandwagon here. That's total. Oh, look, I can actually see people. Hi, Debbie. Yay, it's working. Technology is my friend. I've been saying that nearly every day this week as things have gone chaotic. So thank you, Debbie, for being here. But there's a lot of pain points that actually happen when we are not confident. And it's actually not just about being confident at the one time. It's also about being confident and remaining confident. And that can be the real trigger. So I can tell you all the pain points you're going to have, but I think if you're actually watching this, you know what a pain point already relates to you. So let's crack straight into there. These are in no particular order. These are my tips and they're in no particular order. I just really emphasize that. So grab your note-taking device, whatever it is, grab that note-taking device and here we go. A reminder, and this is a simple one, is a reminder to remind yourself that you've been here before. You've been here before. Whatever it is, you've been in the situation, you've been before. So remember those ones and remember how you succeeded in those despite the wobbles or the chaotic moments. And these previous experiences, these scenarios, these stories are here to drive us forward. This just allows you to recognize that you're resilient and you have perseverance. Because sometimes when we get so chaotic, we forget that. So just remind yourself you've been there before and these experiences are there to bring us back to our grounding. The next one I'm going to talk about is trust. And you pretty much hear this, I think it's on every podcast I do and every Facebook Live, trust. And when I say with this one, this is trust in yourself. So when you trust in yourself, you're reminding yourself of your strength and you're reminding yourself that you're able to do this. Because when you're not trusting in yourself, well, I'm not even going to talk about the pain points. I'm trying not to talk about the pain points. But just know that you've been in places before and you've survived. You've been in places before and you've survived. So knowing that actually goes, there is a trust in here. So self-awareness is really helpful. And that's just keep checking in with yourself. Am I on track? Does this feel right for me? Am I moving forward? Do I trust myself? But don't get obsessed with your chicken. None of this obsession stuff with your chicken. I don't want any of that. So know that there's a solution to every problem. I get this around the wrong way. There's always a solution to every problem. So if there's a problem there, there's a solution. If there's a solution, there's a problem behind it. So we're not focusing on the problem, we're focusing on the solution. And trust is so vital for you. So vital. The next one I'm going to talk about is actually, I talk about having a tribe around us. And it's actually having a solid tribe around us all the time. And you want to surround yourself with the right people. And when I say the right people, those people who can build you up, but not leave you so big in your head that you're floating like a big balloon out there, like, yeah, I've got this, Like, I'm all for celebrating. I'm all for that. But just ensure that those people who build you up are not the ones to send you on your journey way out there. So some people have solid advice. Some people have their past stories, experiences, whatever it is. Be aware of their past stories and experiences because of that, that's what they bring into your world and you can take that on. To have a solid community around, there's somebody I know who's incredibly valuable. Is that clear enough? Debs Cooper, that's myself. I know I'm blooming, I was about to swear then, sorry mum. I'm blooming good at what I do. I've had 18 years experience. I can definitely help you with that community around you. It's about giving you solid feedback. So ensure that they're not just pumping you up and you're going to go into the air, that they're actually having constructive feedback for you and they've experienced things before. The next tip is, now I know I said these are in no particular order, but this one's one of my favorite. The next two are actually my favorite because I know how they go, a G and G. So the first one is actually gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. So if you can implement gratitude daily, it's as simple as, what am I thankful for? Wow, thankful that I got the washing on the line this morning. I'm thankful that I've been in the office since 5 o'clock this morning doing things. I'm thankful that the fire's working. Like, they're just the little things that has just happened for me this morning. Now I can write a whole list of whatever it is, but remind yourself of the most amazingness that's happening in your life. Even when you feel it's an icky situation, there's amazingness going on. If you want, keep a gratitude journal. Keep a track of things that you're thankful for because you might forget what they are. Today I had the opportunity to. And one of my favorite ones, you'll see me often do it, is hand on heart. Or boob, whatever you want to call it. But hand on heart just grounds me and brings me back to what's important to me. And it's really important that I can do this, which is part of my gratitude process. Reminding yourself that you live there. Now, the next G I talk about, you know, the next G is the glitter bomb. The glitter bomb, which is whatever lights you up. Whatever lights you up. Do what you love. Do what lights you up and do more of it. So I want you to engage in things that bring you fulfillment and glitter. Now, it's not just activities to get out of the house, to get out of the office, to get out of the car, not just that sort of stuff. If you have your favorite lipstick, if you have your favorite perfume, if you use your favorite pen, biro, if you use whatever it is, candle, in the garden, whatever it is, it doesn't have to be leaving the home. It doesn't have to cost you anything, but I want you to do what lights you up, and that's that glitter inside. So when you align your visions and your goals with your glitter, things just flow very, very differently, and they come from a more centered place than a more chaotic place. So definitely there's a drive when you focus on your glitter. The next one I'm going to talk about is your stability. Your stability. And I want you to focus, I'd love you to focus on your stability. Now, when I say your stability, I'm talking about a balanced routine that includes energy, but also includes rest. The highs and the lows, whatever it is. So you're focusing on that stability. So prioritize your diary to fit things in that work for you. Prioritize your diary, prioritize your mental and physical well-being because it's incredibly important for you, and create, I'm going to say stable, I don't know if it's really the right word, create an environment that supports your soul. If you don't have those things around you, you are going to have a lack of confidence and you're going to have unrealistic expectations. So focus on that. The next thing I've got to talk about is own your leadership. Own your leadership. Own your leadership. Own your leadership. So when I say own your leadership, I'd love you to take responsibility for your actions and your inactions and your decisions and your not decisions. Focus on those things and take responsibility to them. If it's not working, it's up to you. So it's wise to lead by example. So when I say lead by example, lead the way, but also know there's other people who want to lead the way as well. And it's all about respect, but it's all about own your leadership. It doesn't have to go, I'm not listening to you. It's all about me. You're only on my train, whatever it is. But lead by example. And when you're doing that, you're actually inspiring others with your drive. But, and there's a button here, I don't want you to lead by example if you're doing it, whatever it is, for others. Don't do that stuff. So recognize you have an example within you and it's your influence, and the uplifting impact you can make a shift in your world when you've got lack of confidence. So The next one, I'm going as quick as I can. I wrote a lot of notes. These are my condensed down little bullet points that I've got strategically around my computer here. The other one is focus on your efforts, not just your outcomes. Focus on your efforts, not just your outcomes. And when I say that, I am meaning track your progress and recognize any achievements. And when I say any achievements, I'm meaning small achievements or large achievements. Oh, I went to cross something off, or I actually got outside and had a minute to myself, or I went to the toilet and shut the door away from the children and the animals or anything like that. So they could be seen as small, or that can be seen as large. So it's wise to actually recognize any achievements, and you're going to celebrate them. You're going to celebrate what you put in to get that result. So celebrate the effort, celebrate the energy, celebrate the thoughts, whatever it is you're putting in, whether you've achieved it or not, but focus on the efforts over the outcome. And know that every effort you put in is laying the concrete for when the cracks happen, the foundation is solid. You'll hear me often say, focus on what you've achieved rather than what you haven't, which is focus on the flowers over the weeds. You can go outside and you can see weeds. Look at my garden, I must contact my gardener. If you can see weeds, it's chaotic. But if you can see the flowers amongst the weeds, that's when you're sitting in your heart. And that's where you're going to get the biggest growth. So focus on those flowers over the weeds. The next one I'm going to talk about is realistic expectations. And realistic expectations are something that's realistic to you, not what your mentor tells you, not what your partner tells you, not what the kids tell you, not what society tells you. They must be realistic to you, because your world is different to my world, which is different to my children's child. Just about had another child then. My child's world, my friend's world, my mentor's world. So ensure that those expectations you're putting upon yourself are realistic to you. So set them that are achievable and measurable. And when we're doing this, you can break this big task into condensed version. So you're taking the big chunk. When you're looking at an elephant, how do you eat an elephant? Bite by bite. Personally, I wouldn't want to eat an elephant, and I don't know if actually people do eat elephants. I don't know, but just take it down for bite by bite. So when you see the bites, you have a different level of certainty within you. There's the 4 Ds I talked about recently, and that's do it, defer it, delegate it, or dump it. So when it comes to this, when you're talking about your realistic expectations that I want to get it done, I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it off, which is your defer. But if you're going to defer it, make sure you do go back to it. I'm going to delegate it. So when you delegate, ensure that you're delegating to somebody who actually loves to do that task. Or you're going to dump it, which means let it go and move on. That's the 4 Ds about setting that realistic expectation. The next one I've got here is the train. The train. And when I'm saying that, I want you to stay on the train, but also know when to get off the train. So when you're committed to your goals or inspirations, whatever you want to call it, be flexible with how you're going to do this. So it doesn't mean it's all set in concrete. Don't be afraid to pivot or change direction if necessary, because change is a great thing and pivoting is a great thing. We all learned how to pivot very quickly a few years ago. So commit yourself to something that sits regular and stick to your plan. But also know that you can change direction at any time. You can change direction at any time. So know that planning gives you long-term results, and you're focusing on that end result, definitely, but you're working your way back. But even if you can't see that progress, just know that the consistency of you showing up and doing something has a shift in your energy. But no, as I said, if you feel like you need to get off the train, that's totally okay. So just know, recognize when that strategy or whatever isn't working and adapt it. That's all. It's just pivot. But don't let your ego... I hear my inner ego now saying, don't let your ego take over your thoughts. If you have to jump off that train and it doesn't feel right, then jump off. But don't tell the ego to go, I'm out of here, I want to stay on here, I'm going to prove a point. None of that stuff. It's what feels right for you within your heart. The next one I've got is patience. and persistence. Oh, patience and persistence. So understand, as I said just before, understand that success is a journey. And if you're going to be successful, you're already successful where you are right now. And if you're going to go to the next level and level up, that's okay. And I'd love you to. But just know that that success is a journey and there's no end time frame on doing this. No end time frame. So I'd love you to stay committed to your goals. Stay committed to your goals even when your progress is slow. Acknowledge now you can call them setbacks. Acknowledge your setbacks are a way to pivot and reassess, because I call them wobbles. It's literally just a wobble. You can see the wobble. You're like, okay, is this for me? Is this not for me? Where am I going? What am I going to do? One of my favorite things is my podcast buddy. She has this little thing here. Just sits on my computer. Is this good for me? Is this good for others? And do I want to? Now, if all three are a heck yes, then you're all in, boots and all. So the key here with this is being patient and persistent, is trusting yourself as well, which I said earlier. Trust is really vital. I've got a couple more to go, so be patient with me. Here we go. I want you to take care of your well-being. Now, I was on a call this morning, and it was really drummed into to me, about looking after yourself, because if you're not right in yourself, you can't help others. Now, you may not be a coach like I am, or a stressologist like I am, or anything like that, but it's also those around you. And if it's just you sitting in your little world with your little bubble, in that with your animals, if you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of your animals. So prioritize yourself. The old saying, put your own oxygen mask on first, that's exactly it. So there's a thing I'm going to say to you, and this is quite a harsh thing. You can't do any frickin' thing if you're dead. You can't do anything if you're dead. So if you've got a long list of things to do, or you want to do it, ensure that you put your glitter on it, but you actually can't do anything if you're dead. So remember your glitter and do it more often. I'm very firm on that. Glitter, 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 glitter. You know, even drink out of your glitter drink bottle, whatever it is. The last one I'm going to give you, the last tip I'm going to give you here is one of the most important. Not really. The other thing I'm trying to say to you is I'm here. I'm here for you. Let me connect you back to your heart. I've had 18 years experience in this business that I'm doing now. I've got a lot more experience from my lives that I've lived, being an executive assistant, being an event manager, being whatever you want to label it, all those things. But I'm here for you. I can honestly give you all the tools in the world, but if you want to, if you're looking for that next plug up, I'm here for you. Or you have anything that's going in your brain right now, like this is too hard, please connect to me, because I have been in these places before. I've been in your situation before and I've survived. And I've been in places you don't even want to know and I've survived. But the key here is I'm here for you. Don't let time slip away, and don't let yourself be unconfident even if you're not seeing any results of what's going on. So this is me, Debs Cooper, signing off for today. As the music goes in the background. Thank you for joining me. Thank you. I would love to know what your favorite tip is. And the next step from here is I'm going to drop in the chat. I'm going to drop in there a link to book a 15-minute call with me, a quick glitter bomb sprinkling. Let me know what's going on. I'll put that in the chat. Connect with me and we'll talk outside of here. So apart from that, thank you very much. Debs Cooper, Global Stressologist, signing off. Have a fabulous day today, or if you're watching this at night, have a fabulous evening. Thank you. Bye.